it for the future, the family. I want more, I want freedom, I'm purpose driven for equality. You're gonna know my name. I'm still the same, ain't nothing changed. You're gonna know I am good. Respect me and my legacy, and I wish you would Google me, read my story. You're gonna know my name. Welcome to the face behind the brand. Episode 141. Day 363. Is it 364? Day 364, 2022. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the face behind the brand. I am so excited tonight. I have an amazing guest, friend of the show, second time around. She's been here before. Wait a minute. No, I'm not rhyming. Wait. Wait a minute. That's the energy she brings. You see that? I am so excited to have this incredible artist here tonight. Hip hop recording artist. Let me start there, okay? CEO and founder of Rugged Triad Records, okay? Film writer, director of African American Women in Cinema, ATL. The Dom Devereaux herself. Please, please, please give a warm welcome to Indigo Phoeynx.
Yes, Queen. I love the intro.
you know I had to bring you in the right way. Honey.
Thank you. Yes,
I had to bring you
proper.
in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm bringing you in because it's happy hour. And you got this nice track, this amazing track, of course, off the Free Thinker Klan, okay? EP that just dropped, Distilled Vodka, and I'm excited about it, so I wanted to play, your track off of this amazing EP. This EP features you and AP the Overlord, and I'm only going to play a little bit of it because I want everybody to go get it. This is exclusively, and I say exclusively, on Bandcamp right now. So listen up for just a few minutes for me, please. This is happy hour. Indigo Phoeynx.
That's why I need my energy reciprocated. I bring too much to the table, so you're not even going to debate it. I like my nigga a little obsessed with me. My protector, break bread. No other nigga could get next to him.
So, of course, that was just a little bit of that sound. Again, it's available right now on Bandcamp. Shout out to, of course, the amazing AP, the Overlord. And then, of course, who do we have, of course, producing that sound, Queen?
Brand new beats, also part of the Free Thinker Klan. So it's a clan affair on that one.
Free Thinker Klan. That's a tongue tie.
Free Thinker Klan, yeah.
Free Thinker Klan. Okay.
Yes.
So that is again distilled vodka. So again, of course, and I have my distilled vodka.
Distilled vodka.
Yes,
that's what I'm talking about. Yes, ma'am.
This incredible track. So again, good to see you. You look beautiful as always.
Thank you. Likewise, twin.
Thank you. I noticed that. I was like, okay, Queen, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah.
How are you tonight? How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good today. I'm in good spirits. I'm anticipating the new year. So I'm just really excited today. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm excited you're here. I mean, the last time we talked, it was around April, May this year, right?
Yeah.
You was just working on some incredible tracks at that time, and I got a chance to just kind of dive into everything. So I'm just going to get right into it. Okay, we're going to be all over the place because I think when I shared your promotion, your flyer, I shared with everybody just some of the exceptional things you have done in 2022. You know, so again, congratulations on 8 songs, 8 solo, I should say, 8 solo projects and 75 plus songs, and we are only one day left in the new year, before the new year. So well done. I'll say that first.
Thank you.
So I don't know where you get the energy from, Queen, but you're amazing. And I told you earlier I didn't want to choke up because I feel honored just to be able to bring your story to my platform, and that you're allowing me to do so.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we need our lashes. No crying.
No crying, girl. Let's not mess with the lashes, please.
So right? No, God, please no.
No. So you're from Brooklyn, New York, originally, and you are now in the ATL.
Yes.
Talk to me about the transition. What's the difference, and how are you loving it, liking it a lot?
I've been here for an eternity now, but at first it was hard because, you know, living in New York, I lived a fast-paced life. You know what I'm saying? I was in gangs in New York. You know, I was being bad in New York. So I ran away from home, and actually one of my friends who I lived with, he owned the brownstone and let us stay there, like a lot of some of us who ran away. And he just passed. They just buried him yesterday.
I'm sorry.
He was a good guy. Yeah, thank you. Rest in peace to Lo. And you know, my mother lived here. And I used to come visit her every summer. I lived with my grandma in New York. So that one summer I came, they made me stay, you know, because I ran away from home. They like, we don't want you going back. We don't want you in that crowd and environment. Which was a good thing because 3 days after I came here, a lot of my friends were killed. Yeah, they were shot up. Somebody in a drive-by shooting. So that was crazy. So the transition was hard because I lost friends. It was hard because it's a slow pace here in Atlanta, and then I didn't have knowledge of self back then, so I was very difficult to deal with, you know. And I had to learn a lot of stuff. I think for the most part, X-Clan kind of inspired me to get knowledge of self. And I started reading the autobiography of Assata.
I love it.
And I consider Assata to be one of my idols because she really changed my perspective about my thoughts as myself as a Black woman and being strong in our people. And I didn't have that knowledge until I started listening to that type of music and reading certain, you know, books to actually guide my thought process. And I transitioned, I converted to Islam, and that's really what kind of took it to the next level. So I'm like a completely different person now. And being here in Atlanta has been a blessing in itself just for that transition. And I'm used to it now. This is definitely a second home for me.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. I was only there, as I told you before, a couple of years ago. I was in Atlanta, and it's you know, it's a little dangerous though, because you know you can have a lot of fun.
Oh God, yeah. But look, I'm an OG. I'm OG, triple OG. So
and you know, I mean, dangerous as to say you can have a lot of fun in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that too, because I used to have a lot of fun when I first got into like the club scene. It was the hip hop club on Friday, the dance hall club on Saturday.
It's wild.
Man, I was having a ball. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's crazy. Like the day parties, everything. I was like, oh my God. And I want to say I was there for, how long was I in Atlanta? Maybe 4 days? 5 days or so. It was wild.
Oh yeah, Atlanta get lit like spring and all them day parties and rooftop parties. Man, listen.
Yeah, it was crazy. So
you get lost in the sauce up here.
Yeah. It was wild. So as far as those projects that you released this year and some of the things you've done, and a song comes to mind. You just mentioned your mom, and you know, rest her soul, her beautiful soul, as she has left this beautiful queen in front of us. but Remember comes to mind for me. Off of the project, and I want you to pronounce it because I don't want to mess up any words. Anubis, is it? Is it Anubis?
The Anubis Archives.
Anubis. Okay, so Anubis Archives. Okay.
Yeah.
So Remember, that song is very emotional. It's very heartfelt. It's it's kind of a teardropper for me.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about Remember.
I cried the whole time I recorded that. I think people can hear the crackle in my voice. I can even listen to it without crying. It's beautiful hard.
Song. Beautiful song.
It is just so much. My mom was my best friend. Like the first verse was dedicated to her, the second to my grandmother.
Yeah.
And I grew up with my grandma for the most part. Like my mother had the opportunity to move here with her boyfriend. He got a good job in Atlanta. And, I was asked who did I want to stay with, and I chose to stay with my grandmother because, that's who I was used to being with. So my grandmother raised me, and I would always go see my mother every summer.
Yeah.
So I just wound up living with my mom, for that reason as a teenager. And we kind of became best friends. We weren't really like a mother-daughter type of energy initially because, I grew up with my grandmother. So everybody always thought my mother was my sister. Like literally, I told my mother everything. There was nothing my mother didn't know about me on any level. So I was that comfortable with my mom about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was hard losing her because I don't have many friends and I don't really speak to anybody. I had my mother, my husband, my daughter, and my uncle is here, but me and my uncle aren't exactly like the best chums, So it's like, and then my dad is in New York, so I don't have much close family.
Yeah.
And losing my mom, that really did it for me because I'd already lost my grandma in 98. And, me and my grandma, we had a turbulent relationship. Of course, she raised me, but like I said, I became hard to deal with,
Yeah.
And so in that song, I kind of apologized to my grandmother. See the tearjerker. I apologize to my grandmother for being that difficult person because my grandmother worked as a maid for some very rich people. She put me through private school. I never really had wants for anything. I was always just really well taken care of, always had whatever I wanted. And my grandmother made that happen working as a maid.
Yeah.
And like, there was time when my dad was in jail and my grandmother was really just solely that person providing and doing for me. And
I felt it.
I knew that she did that for me because she wanted me to have better in life. I went to Brooklyn Tech from there.
Yeah.
And, I was getting good grades. I was always in the intellectually gifted class, always, smart per se. And they had a lot of expectations of me. So in that song, I kind of just wanted to apologize and hope that I'm making her proud now, as I know I was probably really disappointing back then, even when I converted to Islam, to have a Christian grandmother and I'm wearing a face veil. It didn't really sit too well with her, but she didn't understand like how fulfilled I was and that I was complete and how much a better person I became when I converted to Islam. So I'm hoping now that she's proud, and I know my mother was always proud of me. My mother would call me from the train station. I'm playing somebody, she would have my demo in her cassette player and play for somebody on the train. Tell my daughter what you think about her music. And she would just always be bigging me up. She was a big party animal. She used to be well known in all the clubs, and she would always push my music to the club people. So it is just hard. It's like I lost a big part of me. And because I am a hermit, it's like I became even more closed off because I don't really like open up to people.
And trust people. This is what we both
and trust
about.
people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
not
it's
easy.
hard.
Yeah.
Because like I miss her, and it gets lonely because it's like it's stuff that I would only be able to tell her and want to talk to her about. I wouldn't. So that's kind of why I close myself off and
I get it, Queen.
don't really deal with certain people. I only deal with a handful of people, and I deal with them very sparingly because you just never know what how people going to do you.
Well, because it's just dangerous. There's so much agenda, especially in this business that we're in. The agenda is never, it's scary even, but it's not going to stop you. It's not going to stop me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we're here, and even us crossing, and never had met each other or anything. And just I feel like, oh my God, when I listened to your music, I was like, this is wild. Like, who does this? Like, you share so much music with me, and you trust me, and I just thank God, honestly, for you, because you're a real lyricist, though. Like, it's like you really dope, and you can really rap, and you can write, and it's like this is crazy. And she got real good sounds, and she's trusting me, So, so when I'm listening to everything, is I'll be going through everything. It's like I'm very, it's sacred for me. So I get it when you say, with your grandmother, that's why it touched me. Because my grandmother, I lost my grandmother, and my mom is Aquarius like you. So it's like there's so many things in common and synonyms. So that's why I'm like, this is not a coincidence, right? So I don't want to get,
Yeah, get teary-eyed, child. It's just such a blessing to meet unique souls, and people just don't know. You and I, we vibe on a whole different level. It's a sisterhood, and I be telling people that I think a lot of people are standoffish from my music because they focus more on the harder lyrics and don't really listen to the softer lyrics. They're scared of me, or they think I'm a bitch or something.
Love it.
That's really not the case.
You already know. I love the griminess, the rugged triad.
And your mom's an Aquarius, so you know the personality. You know that I'm actually a very nurturing.
Look,
I'm a sweet person. Just don't push me. Right, just don't push me, and I won't go on the dark side. You feel me? That's it.
Mom, why am I a bitch today? Like, why?
It happens. It happens. I'm always triggered by somebody or something. You feel me? I'm always nice. And see, I feel like that's my default, is that I be nice to people. And then they do one thing that just don't sit right with me. And now I'm looking at them sideways like, why would you do me like that after I was really nice to you? Now you're going to make me have to crucify you. Like, why you do me like that?
And you're just so supportive, and that's the thing, like with me, we're, like I said, very similar. We support so many, and then they turn around and just be like, okay, bye, so it's just like, oh,
Right. Like, so, what? You for real?
And they be like, I was using
it. I'm for real. I had an agenda. Right, I had an agenda, so I got what I wanted, and I'm for real.
It's crazy. But again, rest in peace to both your grandmother and your mom. But I definitely know that your grandmother is very proud of you. I can say that because I'm proud of you. And
thank you.
This is it though. 2023 is that's it. It's over. It's like Happy New Year, because this music that I have heard this year, and even what we've just listened to coming in, Happy Hour, it's a lot going on, So
I was talking shit on Happy Hour.
It's a lot. It's just a lot going on. It's an incredible EP. So when we last spoke, of course, I'm gonna go back into, of course, Dom Devereaux, because we were introducing, of course, the dynasty of Dom Devereaux, and I'll let you explain for those folks that don't know much about dynasty. The idea,
the youngins, the babies. Yes. Dominique Devereaux, played by the iconic Diane Carroll, was the first Black, how could I say, mogul, diva, Black villainess to hit the TV. Beautiful. And she delivered such powerful performance that I always, I feel like I told you, I always had that I'm going to be a businesswoman mentality. I did have 2 degrees in business based off of Dominique Devereaux.
Yeah.
Like she was just a businesswoman.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
I was like, I want to be like that. So it was special for a Black girl to see a Black woman, rich and affluent, on television. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to pay tribute to that, because I feel like subconsciously she was influential to me, and I embody some of those traits of being a strong, powerful woman, a mogul in the making type of a mindset. And
yes,
that's what Dom Devereaux is all about: sophistication, elegance,
talented, pretty, you know,
pretty,
just a beauty.
and will check somebody.
You right.
So yeah,
I was gonna say everybody outside, and then we'll check somebody.
And then she will check somebody.
So funny. So we're talking about 5 tracks, correct? Off of the Dynasty of Devereaux, produced by Chrome Beats.
Yes.
Shout out to Chrome Beats.
Yes, Chrome. I love him so.
Incredible producer. He gets you, Queen. He definitely gets you.
He does. He gets me, and I just can't even describe the chemistry
like
that we have.
It's like, oh my God, what's going on? Because you know me, I was all into Petrosium Beluga. That is my song. Okay, that is my track forever.
Yes.
I wake up, I go to sleep. Petrosium Beluga. And then we decided to, of course, venture. And you know, and then you went ahead and brought back not too many months later, not even a month, Dominique Devereaux, the return of Dominique Devereaux.
Return of Dominique, yes.
Another segment of this, of course, amazing dynasty. This had 6 tracks and was also produced by Chrome Beats. So talk to me about that.
Oh man, we had fun with that. He really delves into. He was giving me Studio 54. For those who know disco era and dance music, he went back into some tracks that
he did.
Only certain people would know about. And yes, he gave me what I needed. Parisian Chateaus. He had me all in a club vibe, and he just had me going once again. Dope soundscape, and he fused it with the hip hop. Perfectly to bring that whole thing to a nice how could I say it, a crescendo, a nice peak, like 2 parts, and now it'll be all collectively a double, you know what I'm saying, double project. So I like that, and I like the fact that he gets me. He gets you. He customized a lot of sounds. And he even went back. He had some other people help him with the Parisian Chateaus. Ooh. And he really believes in me. So I'm really happy to work with him. And he's just such an easygoing person. I think the more easygoing somebody is, I think that's what it is for me, is if they're not on no BS with me and they really just passionate about the music like he is, then I deliver better. Yeah, I deliver better when I'm working with somebody who just has that feel for me. Yeah.
Well, he is incredible, and so are you, and that's why it's a vibe. It's a vibe, and I just, like I said, I couldn't even catch up. First of all, I was just like, well, finish playing the other 4 tracks of the Dynasty of Devereaux, you know, Dom Devereaux, and then of course for you to turn around and put out the return. I was like, okay, Queen, okay, I see what kind of time you on, and that's that Aquarian, you know, just like. Again, it's just crazy to me. So well done on that project. Well done.
Thank you.
I have a question to ask you. This is, again, you know, not just related to music, but what are you allergic to? Because, you know, I'm allergic to bullshit. So what are you allergic to?
Lying ass niggas.
To Indigo Phoeynx.
Yeah, I'm a child. I'm allergic to jealousy, envy, and hating ass motherfuckers. I can't stand a hater. Ooh, I can't stand somebody who just can't be happy within their own self, and
my God,
they hate to see somebody else successful, hate to see somebody else winning and smiling and prospering, because they have so much hate in them that they don't just try to focus on themselves and go get their own happiness. That's what I'm allergic to. I don't understand it. You feel what I'm saying? I don't get that type of a mindset.
It's too much, I think, for some people. And I was reading this, and honestly, I was going to tell you about this the other day. That I didn't want to spoil the mood because we was having a great preview. But we were talking on so many topics. I'm like, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for the interview. But I had somebody the other day, and I thought it was the most hilarious thing ever. And it's in this new venture. I'll call it a venture because that's what it is. It's not really I don't know if it's a job. I don't know what I want to call it. But anyway, as we were going around talking, one of the comments this person made, she said, you should, everybody don't want to see you shine. Like literally, this is the comment. It was 20 people, and she's like, people don't want to see you shine. And I'm just like turning around like, who is she talking to? Because it's like the sun doesn't apologize for shining. You know? So tying that into this industry, what you're allergic to, haterism, envy, jealousy, and mental health. Because it can become, you have to be careful with it because it can be very dangerous when people are bullying. Grown people bully people. Okay.
They do.
With this hate and stuff. So how do you deal with it? And the second part of this is, how would you recommend a person following you and coming up behind you and inspired, a person out of high school, college, watching you inspire, but dealing with this hate? They're talented like you. They've got all this stuff going on, but they have this envy and jealousy around them.
Yeah. Send their ass to get well card because jealousy is the disease. Tell them get well soon. But it's good to have a good support system. I have good friends like Shabaam Sahdeeq, who I can go to and actually talk to about everything. You feel what I'm saying? Any problems. And that's what I be needing. I don't need people in my life who I can't speak to on deeper levels outside of music. That's why I only do music with certain people. I only deal with certain people based on a certain level of family orientation or friendship. Because it's hard to navigate in this industry without having genuine people backing you and being there for you. And it just takes a lot of strength and passion because I'm passionate about what I'm doing. So I really don't care what people have to say, about what I'm doing, or people who feel the way I feel. For the most part, nobody bullies me because they know, I don't play. But a lot of people, right? I don't play, so nobody's bullying me because
we don't go through that shit.
They know better. But there will be people who hate and just won't support. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll purposely not support. There'll be DJs who purposely don't support. There'll be artists who purposely don't support. Producers who purposely don't support. I've gone to people's pages and found I'm blocked by people who are just other artists and producers I don't even know. I've never even interacted with you, bitch. What you block me for? You feel what I'm saying?
Not coming over here.
Little stuff like that. So it'll be funny style stuff in the industry where people feel like they be keeping you down by not showcasing you and not supporting you.
Yeah.
And people feel like, oh, as long as we keep her under here and I'm not posting her. Like there'll be hip hop people who are supposed to be like you, who highlight women in hip hop, and for lack of better words, these like chicks have some type of issue with me. I have no idea what it is because they don't even know me. So I have no idea what the issue is. You feel what I'm saying? And they are even some females who are actually supported their careers and helped them. So I don't understand why now you feel indifferent to me. So, I don't get the weirdo shit because I'm not that kind of weirdo. I'm an abstract weirdo, but not a fucking hating-ass weirdo. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I can't hate on my sister, so I just be confused.
Yeah.
But you can't worry about what other people feel about you. because sometimes how people feel about you is really more so based on them and their insecurities than it has anything to do with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what else? I love that, Queen. And I heard someone say today, I follow amazing art. She's an artist. She's actually a hairstylist, an artist, and like a damn near an evangelist or something. But she said the other day, it was so clear. She said they can't see the vision. First of all, they can't see your vision. You see it, you know where you're going, but they can't see your vision. So therefore, a lot of times they're not going to support it. They don't see what you're talking about, because you're like, I'm going to the top. You know what I'm saying? And you're putting it out there, and you at the top. And they're like, no, I'm not supporting. I don't see it. You know. So because you don't see it,
that's what they do. They be like, they got the horse blinders on. Like, we don't see her.
Like,
we don't see her.
And they're doing it so.
But they do that on purpose. But that's what Queen's Gambit was about.
Yeah.
You know, think they kill you off, no support, bitch, watch me haunt you. Because you never going to kill me off. Your support is never required. Like, these people not valid enough to validate me. So I never put stock in what any of these people say. So you have to know your power, know your potential, and just, I'm passionate. I don't do any of this for clout. So I really don't give a fuck what nobody think. I just do it because I enjoy what I'm doing, and I have a fan base who likes what I'm doing. So I think that's more so stay out of your head and stop worrying about what other people think is the best advice, and always have a support system. Free Thinker Klan,
free thinker.
Right, yeah, I'm a free thinker, and I feel like I think outside the box on a lot of things. I'm not a typical person on any level. Nothing about me is traditional. Yeah. Relationship wise, I'm not a traditional relationship person. I'm not a traditional anything. So I feel like I'm just a very abstract person when it comes to everything. And I'm just like a free spirit, a free thinker. Like I love that. To my own drum. I don't follow the norm. I don't conform to anything.
Well, you're not a follower. First of all, you're a leader.
I'm not a follower. I'm definitely a leader.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of leaders, you know, I always like to come up with wordplay during this time of the show, and I come up with 3 to 4 words for you. You know how I do. I mean, you're a lyricist. You're a lyricist. You're a wordsmith or smithette.
Yes.
So I have to give you some words. So basically, no wrong or right. No wrong or right answers. Just what's the first thing that comes to mind, Queen Indigo Phoenix, when I say these words to you? You ready? Loyalty. Loyalty.
Non-existent.
Jesus Christ. I had to sit.
Joke.
Non-existent. Okay.
Non-existent.
Okay. Should we elaborate on that or keep it going to the next one?
I mean, you feel like people are loyal, and
we were just talking about
a lot of times. A lot of times, for the most part, people have these motives and agendas, and when you don't suit their motives and agendas, people find you to be expendable. So I feel like that's a lack of loyalty. Like, you're not loyal if I'm expendable. If I don't serve you a benefit or a purpose for you, then you're not really truly loyal. So I feel like loyalty is non-existent, because a lot of people only fuck with you if you're beneficial to them.
Oh my God. I love you. That's the other L. No.
I'm telling you.
I was just telling another artist, it's crazy, another artist, and I was just saying, we were talking about this the other night, especially when people find out that I sing, they think I'm just doing this, and they're like, oh, she sings too, and they're like, oh, well, let's get you on a track, for free. And I was like, no, for one,
wait a minute.
For one, it's business, so let's make sure you have your PRO down and everything else done right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like paper.
Right.
And so, but I just find it interesting when they try, and then when it's not okay, when I say no, can we at least talk about a negotiation? They're like, bye, I don't know if I'm a Black woman or what it is. But it's like, oh, okay, so you don't want to pay me. Oh, okay, so.
No budgets.
Independence, no budgets. Queen, girl, let me write that down. That's what it is. Not personal, it's just no budget.
No budget.
Okay, thank you.
Look, I'm horrible. No budget.
That's word. Look. Journey.
Budget.
Journey.
Oh man. Limitless. Limitless.
She said budget. Okay, limitless. Okay, I like that.
Limitless. Because I mean, there's no limits to this. Like, I never thought I would be in this position. You feel me?
And look at you.
And I never thought I would be able to do 8 albums in a year. So I like, it's definitely, I feel like everything is limitless and I'm able to create and do as I please on multiple outlets and platforms and film and music and
75
whatever I want to.
Later.
Right, yeah. Okay. So, I mean, Al Dunya was 22 all by itself.
Woo!
And that's not including all the miscellaneous features and other stuff I did. So, yeah, so, yeah, limitless. Like, I feel like when you put a limit on yourself, then it stifles your creativity. So when you feel like it's limitless, it allows you to really freely create. And my journey is definitely limitless. Like, I know who I am and what I am. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a goddess, I'm an indigo. Yes. I'm a supreme being. So I'm a supreme being and there is no limit for me.
Yes, queen. I love it. Last word. Look, and I concur. I concur. That's not the word. Hold on. Intentional. I know. I'm giving them to you tonight, girl.
And
intentional.
Always.
Intentional.
I feel like everything is even if motherfuckers act like I feel like everything is always intentional. People always, it's gonna, even if they don't want to, it's always gonna be exposed. Things just said is always intentional. Even if it's a Floridian slip, it was meant to say because subconsciously it was there. Things are always intentional. And if you don't move intentionally, then you have to kind of check yourself on that, because anything I do is always intentional. I never move randomly. I always move strategically. So when I think intentional, that's always a factor that is intentional.
So that's like, look, I'm laughing. I'm like, shit, this is amazing.
I don't even try to complicate. If I did something, if I said something, if I wrote something, if I rapped something, it was intentional. I think out everything.
Purposely. You are purpose driven, queen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's like, I know that.
I don't mince words. I mean, I don't mince words. If I say it, if I feel it, I'm gonna say it. That's why sometimes I watch what I say, and if I'm quiet with you, then it's because I'm probably on the cusp of going the fuck off. You know how Aquarius are, like, you get 2 versions of us. You get a very nice one of us, or you get a very cold, kind of mean version of us. And before we become really mean and irate, we stay quiet because we don't like to show people that mean side of us. So we try to just hope that the person was sorted out before we have to go that far.
It's a lot. It's a lot that comes with it. But yeah, honestly, I you know, it's so funny because I brag about my mom so much, you know. And I was this person the other day, I was like, I'm raised by an Aquarius, you know, and it's funny because we were introducing ourselves and I added that in there. I'm like, well, you know a lot about me because I'm raised by an Aquarius, you know. She was like, well, what is that? But I let her have it. I was like, oh. I was like, yeah, my mom is loyal and she takes care of me and she took care of her mother and her father when they passed away, and she's tough love and she'll love me and cuss me out at the same time. I'm just thankful for all of that, you know, because it has shaped me to be, look at this fabulous person I am today. So, but yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, can you be mad? You know, so it's like, I appreciate kind of going into zodiac so much, but it's a beautiful sign because it comes with love and beauty and, you know, toughness and love, you know.
Tough love. Yeah, my daughter, she doesn't get it. She thinks I'm weird.
No, I be needing that shit though. I be sometimes need to be slapped in the plate. Like, what the fuck are you talking to them? I'm like, what?
Right.
You gotta love it.
And she sees me as snappy and weird and ratchet and all types of shit.
Well, if you're watching Daughter, okay, Daughter of the Queen, I am also raised by a Queen Aquarian. I'm telling you, it's a blessing, okay? Because you're not gonna get nobody no more realer than an Aquarian woman that is just raw and uncut with the tongue. It's a blessing for me, and it's made me very proud. So wordplay has ended. Thank you so much for those kind definitions and affirmations. Rugged Triad. Talk to me about the record label, the beginning, the name, the idea.
Okay. 2019, I did a track with two dudes that I no longer deal with.
Oh wow.
And I wanted to do make a crew called the Triad with me and the two guys, because there hadn't been a group like that with men and a female.
Wow.
So I said, this would be fire, guys, if we did this. You feel what I'm saying? And so one of them, he kind of veered away, doing whatever, got weird, you know, the weirdo shit.
Yeah.
Got weird. But the other guy, he kind of stuck around, and he was like, you know, you should just make a label. Since you my manager, because I was managing him. And so I made Rugged Triad in 2020. I named it the Triad because a group of three gods in the Egyptian time, three powerful beings, is called a triad. And I like the staff with the trident with the three prongs. The trident is a powerful symbol that's yielded by gods and goddesses. So that's why that's the symbol for it. So basically, I just added the rugged part because, you know, that's the flow. Rugged, raw, grimy, gritty. So Rugged Triad. And then I have the super group, The Triad, within Rugged Triad Records. Yes. And the label was made by Chris Blade. I love that medallion. I thought that through so hard for the branding. And I love how it came out. I had three guys with me then, but of course, like I said, fuckery, bullshit, disloyalty.
Yeah.
Snip, snip, snip. They were gone. I was doing battle rap with loud.com, and I met Iron, who's Dean Martian on Instagram, and White Al, who is Mr. Kingnificent on Instagram. On that site back then. That was like 2007 or so.
Yeah.
And it was just fun. We always kept in touch, and we formed a crew called The Order, which I created The Order.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The symbol was the pyramid with the eye on it from the dollar. So we were called The Order.
Wow.
And, you know, we kind of parted ways on music, but we always kept in touch over all these years. And so I said, two people who I've always been in contact with, very close with. White Al was really cool with my mom. He would call and talk to my mom all the time. So that's how close we were. Like I said, I like dealing with people on a family type of basis when I'm working in music. Like, I like you to know my family. They know you, like all of that type of stuff.
Relational.
And over the years, relationships. Building real relationships. And we just always maintain our contact. So I asked them to join the Triad. And so now they're the new members of the Triad, the crew.
Wow.
I have Doc Terra, who does the art, which that beautiful art is by Doc. I have Nivek B. I have Cydney Portier.
Cydney Portier.
I just added Vanna, Nick DeVille, Subterrane, and Zeiss. And that's in addition to Dean and Al. So I have I think it's 9 members now.
Wow.
So I have 9 artists under the label. It's thriving. We just had our conference the other day, so you're gonna see a lot of music coming from Rugged Triad.
I said something's going on because it's only been 3 days, and I done seen 3 different releases.
Oh yeah, we talking about the flood. I'm gonna be flooding our Free Thinker Klan in, and I'm gonna be flooding from Rugged Triad in.
FTK, Rugged Triad. So this amazing art we're talking about behind us also was a project, since we're on it right now with the wonderful branding of the label and this art. This was another, was it Annabis Archives also?
Yep, it's coming out tomorrow. So
okay, I'm just ahead of my time, huh? I'm ahead of my time. So
I just been posting promo for it.
Okay, so that's you, and I saw that today. That's why I said, let me snatch that real quick. I got to be like, with you. I'm like, oh my God, that's something.
I see you want it. You want it. You
want it. Okay, so that's you. Of course, we got Indigo Phoeynx right here. We got King David Beats on the beats, right?
King David Beats, he produced the whole project.
He produced the whole project. Well done. Can't wait to hear this project.
Yeah.
We got Shabaam Sahdeeq on here?
Yep. And Mav.
Wow. Yeah, got Mav. Artist by Doc Terror.
Money and Violence.
Doc Terror did
art by Doc.
Okay. Incredible. Yep. And this one song that I was listening to today, this what you were playing giving us a little sample of, is it Archery?
Archery, yep.
Okay. Well, we ready for you.
Yes.
We are very ready.
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready. I'm ready with everything. I'm ready with my Free Thinker Klan drops, and salute Free Thinker Klan crew. I joined Free Thinker Klan probably in the summertime. AP was mixing a song for me, and he was like, this sounds like some Free Thinker Klan type stuff. And I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind being a part of Free Thinker Klan, you know what I'm saying? And then it just went from there. So salute AP, salute my producers, Save Me, Foul Al, True Cypher, Brand New, Matt. Yo, we have such a dope crew, and I'm excited about all the stuff we working on.
Well, speaking of what you're working on, we just mentioned an incredible king. Of course, your brother, Shabaam.
Oh yeah, and I did mention Cydney Portier. Yes,
Cydney Portier is one of them. Of course, I had to bring them in. I got to bring you in. Okay.
I knew you was bringing up Paris. I'm honored to have Cydney Portier as a member of Triad. So that's
welcome,
major.
Cydney Portier. Congratulations. So incredible. Again, another incredible artist, another lyricist. This Paris Blues, and I'm gonna tie this in with what you've done on this amazing sound, but what you've done on their visual. So let's talk about Paris Blues, Cydney Portier, Shabaam Sahdeeq, of course, with the lovely Indigo Phoeynx right here. I want to take it over to the visual. If you haven't seen it, it is available now. It was, of course, directed by this amazing queen here, which gives me another conversation, because you are a film writer. You are, as I said to everyone earlier, you are, of course, a film writer. You're African-American women in cinema, the director of the African-American women in cinema in the ATL. So you put together this wonderful visual for these kings. You are in this visual. Of course, we get to see you in your full form acting. And it's available right now. I saw it on Pocket the Plug, right?
Yes.
YouTube channel. Song is out now. Visual is out now. Incredible. So talk to me about putting this together and working with these incredible kings.
Man, like I said, having Cydney has a different way of thinking. Cydney's a go-getter. Yes. Cydney is ready. Like, he came to me ready. He came to me like, look, I respect you. I respect what you do. Yes. I'm not going to be like these other dudes. I see what, like, power you have, how you move. I like how you rock. I'd be honored to work with you. And I'm like, all I need is people who just trust my vision and rock with me. Yes. If you could trust me and just let go of some of the control you have over certain things, because a lot of men don't like to have women in leadership. So if you could let go of some of the control and actually let me lead and do something, I can help you. Yes. And he said, I have no problem with that. He booked the ticket. He came to Atlanta. He hit me up to set up everything with the videographer. Incredible. Initially, it was supposed to be some outside shots. But the day he came in town, it was pouring down rain. So I get on my phone, find this lounge, and we're in there, and I'm like, we're gonna make it cinematic.
My
We
God.
got this. I talked to the owner of the club. Can we shoot here?
Yeah.
I let Bam know, got the location. Come on, pull up, pull up.
Let's do it.
Pull up. You see the rain outside. Like, it's raining like crazy. And
But it's perfect.
Got it done.
Perfect, right?
Right.
I love it.
Right. He wanted something grown. He wanted something cinematic. And I said, I love cigars. I said, there's nothing more grown for a man.
Yeah.
We're not talking about no ass club or no skanky asshole. We're talking about a cigar lounge where men sit and talk. And we were actually talking business.
Talking business.
I do have some friends who have attachments with Drew Estate cigars. Wow. So he always sends me cigars. So I had some cigars, and we lit up. We talked about the business and going forward with Triad. Mm-hmm. And so we were actually talking the business in that video, and while doing the video, and that was what it was all about, was us solidifying us together for 2023, bringing all this heat. And
incredible.
I just have to say, Chalice with Seven Sisters Copra House.
Copra House.
Vision.
Shout out to Copra House.
Amazing.
I wouldn't have. Let me pause for a second. I would have never met you if it wasn't for Copra House. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how I found you. All the posts and all the visuals, and I was like, who is she? So thank you for bringing Copra House up. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, that's my boy. And like I said, I have established relationships with people that I work with.
Yeah.
So that's my boy. So he understands me on a personal level, what I want, what I need, with my expectations.
Yeah.
And I know I can trust him.
Yeah.
And so I was telling Cydney, all you have to do is trust me.
Oof.
You're going to get it done. You don't have to call nobody about nothing.
Incredible. When
you need it by. I even have my own video coming out. Cydney wanted to do a viewing. I told him, stop working on my video. Like, go ahead, and if you can expedite Cydney so he can get it by his viewing, that would be great. You feel what I'm saying? He expedited it. He got it done. Cydney was like, he not used to not having to talk. And I said, my people don't work that way. Like, we don't work that way.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell Chalice anything. When I had the initial conversation at the beginning, I know he knew what I wanted. And I know I don't have to say anything else.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're kind of a non-verbal. Once we state it once and we kind of know what we want, even with Bam, we don't have much conversation on certain things because we know the level of excellence that we all try to bring to the table. Yeah. So I never question them. They don't question me. And after this visual, Cydney says, you know what? I wanted to spaz a couple of times because I wanted to be like, I want to know what's this and that. Yeah. And I was like, look, how that girl do it? No.
And look how it came out. I mean, just absolutely.
Look how it came out. I told him, if you trust me, one thing I'm never going to do, I'm never going to let anybody down if I ask you to trust me.
Yeah, yeah.
If I ask you to trust me, I promise you. I'm just not the type of person to let you down. I'm going to make sure that you have what you want.
Yeah.
And if not even more so, it'll exceed your expectations. So he was very pleased. It got a lot of traction, still getting traction. I think it got over 1,000 views.
Yeah.
1,000 views in less than 24 hours. So it does well. And I'm excited for the rest of the project. It's from his upcoming Uptown Saturday Night project on Rugged Triad Records. So
yeah, shit, you averaging literally about 1,000 views. Literally, that first, like you said, right out the gate, because you're already at almost 4,000 right now. So I mean, incredible. And it's only been literally 3.5 weeks. Okay.
Right.
So well done on the project. First of all, well done on the visual, you guys. Cydney Portier, Shabaam Sahdeeq, Paris Blues. Official video is available now. Pocket the Plug YouTube channel. Check that out if you haven't checked that out. So let me ask you something with this film writing. Are you also, because I mean, I know you up recording late night and everything like that. Are you producing and engineering?
Huh?
Are you producing and engineering as well?
I'm not engineering.
Not yet.
What? AP has been on my bumper to learn how to mix.
Yes.
So I've actually been studying some mixing tutorials. because I feel like I'll get more done. If I knew how to mix myself, I would have had more albums out this year.
Girl,
So I'm learning. That's why I said, ooh, I learned how to mix. It's over with for niggas. Yeah. But I actually want to learn how to produce. So I can't wait I asked AP if he would show me how to produce. I actually wanted somebody to show me how they do it. I think that would be dope. But right now, I'm just still a novice at trying to get the recording done at home, because I'm used to going to a professional studio to record. Yeah. But since the pandemic has struck, I've been recording at home for the most part now. Yeah. And it's been tough. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to lie to anybody. It's been tough kind of getting my levels adjusted and learning. But everybody at the studio kept catching COVID. I wasn't trying to go there with them. Yeah, absolutely not. I feel you. Well, I felt that, and I feel that that's definitely next on your agenda, your roster, as far as what you can do, because again, limitless. Yeah, you know, everything you're doing. Oh yeah, that's what I said. Trust me, I want to learn. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of amazing projects, I mean, we're talking about a woman here that's done over 75 songs this year, so I got to keep going. Basically. Yes. I can't even give it. We're gonna need a part 2 interview. Okay, so we didn't even get to Aldunya or Poison Lilac. We didn't even get to the other. I'm still going. Like, okay, so one of the amazing, of course, projects this year, of course, as we're talking about these incredible people and the brotherhood and sisterhood, Shabaam Sahdeeq, Indigo Phoeynx, King David, of course, all these amazing people, but. Going into Free Thinker Klan again, let's talk about the King Bubba project. We got man. Yeah. I love Free Thinker Klan. I gotta tell people the disclaimer. It's good to have a group. Like I said, it's easy to create when I have an environment where there's people who actually want to create. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I feel like every faction always got to be on people cross promote. You know, I feel heavy about that, because cross promotion is key. Yeah. It'll give people the ability who are my fans to learn about Save Me, who is the producer on the King Bubba project. Yes. And also like all my other projects with the other producers. I want everybody to get to know each other, become acclimated with my people. Yes. And I want people who they know to become acclimated with me. Like, that's the point in cross promotion. Yes. Is to share those resources and pool those resources to build us a bigger fan base as a team. Mm-hmm. So Free Thinker Klan, I just love the energy we have creating and working. And Save Me is another person like Chrome, who when anybody hears me over his production, they just love the chemistry. Incredible. And the King Bubba, I poured my heart out on a couple of songs on there. So yeah, like, he really inspires me to either be grimy or a softie. Yes, yeah. Grimy it is. Grimy it is. He's in the UK. Sydney's in the UK, and he's a young producer. He's only in his early 20s. So salute Save Me for the dope, soulful production that he does. Like, I'm amazed, and I'm honored to, you know, AP is the founder of Free Thinker Klan. Yeah. Co-founded with his cousin Fire, who passed away. Rest in peace, Fire. But it's an honor. I felt an honor to bring to fruition something that was important to AP and his cousin, and that's why I worked really hard at trying to promote that and push that as much as I do Rugged Triad. So yeah, well, we see you. I just love the camaraderie I have with everybody I work with, and I don't work with people unless I actually like feel a bond or a connection to work with them. I'm the same way, honey. Okay, and I'm gonna be more like that in 2023. Okay, so right, Aldunya. Okay, let's talk about it. Yes, big one. Oh here. Man. I've been working on Aldunya for years, and you can tell it's Aldunya, which means the world in Arabic. Okay. That's why the world is always the focal point, and it's more so a reflection of my world. Wow. Being in my world and the things I've gone through. Mm-hmm. And Aldunya is it talks about love. It talks about suicidal moments. It talks about being a plus size Black woman in this industry. It talks about a lot of different things. It talks about God, just everything. Just
everything. I was gonna say
everything in my life. Everything in my life. Like everything in my life. Like being in love, being upset.
Yeah.
Being at my pinnacle, reaching a successful point, being at my lows, my highs. It's 22 songs altogether. That's the side B.
Goodness.
And then I did side A. I can't remember. Early part of the year, I did side A, another 11 songs. Okay. It featured Fame from MOP, Tech from Smith & Wesson, Shabaam Sahdeeq,
Jesus.
Elo Kush, some dope production from Stu Bangers, Rashid Hadi. Super producer Domingo is on this one.
Yeah.
Like in the background, Pinnacle song. So, you know, it was an honor to receive production from Domingo. He's produced for some of the greats, not only hip hop, but also singers.
Yeah.
So I was honored when he hit me up to work with me. And like Aldunia is just that compilation that is boom bap, it's grimy, it's a compilation of all my styles mixed together, but I tried to keep it more traditional. There's a lot of cut scratches, things that are more to the traditional liking with certain people who like that sound.
Yeah.
And I added some grimy nuances, but not many. Mm-hmm. But it's just something I worked on throughout the years as I was learning to develop my sound. I just really started taking my music serious in 2019. I dropped my first project. So I still didn't know what my sound was. So that's why I kind of paused Aldunia. And over the years, as I worked on it, I was still just trying to find out what is my sound. I still wasn't solid on which direction I wanted to go.
It's incredible. I mean, so many different producers, so many different sounds collaborating obviously with your sound. I mean, you got Free Mind on there. I mean, this is incredible.
Free Mind produced. My boy Jamil Honesty produced for me. Seldom Saw produced, which he's actually a family friend. And a well-known producer and rapper. And my boy Innocent, he's on it. So it's just a lot of special things. My boy Juice Polar, he was really the catalyst behind me even starting it, because he gave me the initial tracks. And me and Juice Polar have been locked in since 2007. I had been listening to his production. So it was nice to finally be able to bring to fruition something with me and him finally, after always being there with each other, going back and forth with these tracks. Yeah. So yes, salute Juice Polar, because he's been a big part of my influence as far as inspiring me and motivating me to keep rapping.
Incredible. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I can only see 2023 and beyond continuing obviously to be just epic,
Yes.
Just truly blessed, And I want to ask you, what are you listening to these days? So besides yourself, what does Indigo Phoeynx listen to?
I really listen to people. You know why? Because I've been working on all these projects. Salute Rooster for that dope art in the background. I don't listen to anybody but us for the most part. What really motivated me to rock with Free Thinker Klan, I was listening to a lot of Allah Praying, which is also AP the Overlords. That's his righteous name. And if you look up Allah Praying, you'll see all the music from there. And that's what I was listening to a lot of this year. That really was like, yeah, he's really dope. You know what I'm saying? That was an inspiration. He's put out 1 million projects this year. Probably, maybe, I can't even fathom how many he's put out. Maybe 16. I can't even count how many he put out this year. Wow. But he's definitely an inspiration. And I listen to a lot of his music, and that's really it. And instrumentals, I try not to listen to too many people, because I don't want subconsciously to pick up any nuances of somebody else's music while I'm creating mine.
I know that's right.
So I kind of try to lay back off of that. What I was really into, Tyler the Creator, and I did listen to a lot of Tyler, you know, the album from last year, and also Freddie Gibbs, the Alfredo album. And yeah, those are probably two that be in rotation if I'm in the house and I'm cleaning or doing something. Yeah. And I like listening to Knife Wonder instrumentals. Ooh. So I'm a big instrumental person when I'm in the house, right? I like cleaning instrumentals. Right. And I listen to a lot of Alex Isley.
Oh,
so
look at you.
Yeah. So see, I love Alex Isley. So people would think it's always rap, but I like Alex Isley. I like the Doors. I like a lot of random stuff. If you looked at my thing, you see probably Billy Idol.
Yes.
Hall & Oates. Who else? Oh, Tears for Fears.
Wow.
Stone Temple Pilot.
A lot of great.
I listen to a lot of different stuff. I think people think I only listen to hip hop, and I listen to a lot of house music and probably dancehall, but it wouldn't be hip hop oriented because I don't like the influences of listening to other hip hop. But I do listen to a lot of other music.
What about, since you're into house, you're into, like, is it EDM? Is that like real fast?
No. I'm not into that.
You're funny.
No, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm not into that. Yeah. You know what? I'm starting to get into a lot of Afro punk too. Recently, I like Baby Storm. She has a song called Dreams. Okay. And I love that song. So I like some Afro punk stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm one of those weird kids. So yeah, I like the little weird stuff, you know.
I don't think it's weird. I think it's you know, it's unique.
How do we deem it? Eccentric. Aquarius, we are eccentric.
Yes, you're an artist. You are an eccentric. Artist. You know, you're an artist. Goddamn it.
We are eccentric. Yeah. And speaking of Baby Storm, I think she has such a beautiful voice that I love. I love women who are empowered and can sing, and I can hear the feeling in her music. So I like music that has feeling that I can relate to.
Yes.
Yeah, more so than anything else. So that's why I think a lot of my raps.
We was going crazy.
Yeah, I'm going crazy if I bottle up all my feelings. I gotta cry to something.
Yeah. Remember, was it Shantae Moore? We was watching that. Oh my God, her voice is amazing.
Oh man, when she sang, girl, I played that clip like 50 times.
Over and over. And I thought it was so funny when I posted.
Look, acting like I was singing it.
Yes. I posted, you said, I was just watching that.
I was just watching that clip, girl.
I just played it over and over and over. So yeah, the feeling she gives.
I was so proud of her. I felt like I felt her, and I felt that was her moment, and I just felt so proud for her and proud of her. Yeah. And I love that moment for her.
Yeah, because it's like, and she don't look like she's aged or anything. The voice, it sounds like she just
she looks the same age.
So beautiful.
She looks the same. But you know how that go.
Yeah. Well, don't crack, honey. You know that.
We be staying real tender.
Yeah. Look. I feel blessed. Shout out to one of the artists that you have doing some amazing work for you. Rooster. Yes. Shout out to Rooster. Yeah. Incredible. I was admiring his work, and I said,
especially the Selena ones. I was like, yo, that's wild. When I woke up and saw that, I was like,
yeah, he loves you. He respects, highly. You could tell, just puts his all into everything. I like this one.
He does. He has some good conversations. I think Rooster's he's a sweet person. He's a big supporter. He's a big supporter of Free Thinker Klan as a whole. And I just absolutely adore him. He's been nothing but a gem and always, you know, a champion behind the whole crew. But I love how he puts his energy. Like, he asked me, like, what do you want? How do you like it with the? And I'm like, oh, thank you. So anybody does anything for me. You know how Aquarius are. You could bring me a cup of coffee and I'm going to act like you gave me $1,000. Right. I'm just glad, you know, somebody even think of me. Like, if you think of me, like, thank you, you know, like, that means a lot to me. I'm not a person who's, you know, about major things. It's stuff like that that really matters to me. If somebody put effort into doing something for me, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. One more, because of course I let everybody, of course, hear this over and over on your amazing flyer, of course. The Grim Night, of course, with AP Overlord. We just were talking about this. You are, of course, on Ice-T, and you nailed it. You beat it up, as I told you. Beat it up and dumped it. Okay. Incredible sound of this amazing project. What was it like, and how's it been working, of course, with AP Overlord?
Man, like I told you, that's probably what I could honestly say one of my new, like, really close friends. Like, I feel like he knows me really well.
Yeah.
So we work really well together. Yeah. He hit me and was like, "Yo, I need you to do this real quick." And I was like, "Okay." And he sent these. I was waiting for the track. I waited maybe like an hour or so.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What a track?" I'm getting it. And then he sent it, and I said,
"Oh."
I listened. I wrote it in like maybe 10 minutes. I said easy. I think I said easy kill or something, like I'm already done. Yeah. But give me a minute to record it. I wrote it already. Ooh. So I went and recorded it, like probably within the hour, and shot it to him. And that was it. Like, I really just literally 10 minutes. I was like, the beat was so fire. Yeah. The beat was so fire, you know. I just, you know, Fester makes some dope production, so I was excited to bless that, because I was on the Grim Day.
Produced by Uncle Fester.
So it was Uncle Fester, right? I was on Grim Day on Peanut Noodles, so it was dope to be on here on Ice-T. I'm always some food on here for some reason, but it works. Ice-T and Peanut Noodles.
So funny. You are funny. You're hilarious, you know. That's the other thing, Aquarius, most of them are comedians as well, you know.
I just realized that I'm like Ice-T and Peanut Noodles. Like, that's the whole meal I was
Everything is food. Look, if it ain't food, it's distilled vodka.
Right. I'm drinking, it's happy hour, you know. No chaser.
Ooh, no chaser. Girl, let me tell you something. In closing, because again, this is a lot. And it's a lot of good music. And I just have to say, again, it's the epitome of what art should be like, right? Like all the way up, like at the top of the top, you know, of comparisons. And I don't compare anybody. Like I told you, as far as sounds and different people, you know, of again, people that I enjoy listening to. And like I was telling you the other day, Bahamadia, and people the likes of Lauryn Hill, even, like people that have music that is so timeless that you can never stop talking about them or their music, you know. And that's you. To me, that's you. That's Indigo Phoenix.
Oh, thank you.
So like I said, in closing, I'm not going to hold you all night, because you know we could talk all night here. I just want you to keep going, keep doing what you're doing. I know 2023 Rugged Triad is going to be full of amazing sounds coming out, and amazing artists, you know, with, of course, the founder here, the CEO. And I want to thank you again wholeheartedly for allowing me to dive into your, you know, into your music, into your sound, into your journey, into your life, and share.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you.
You know, I really do. So without further ado, if you've been watching, of course, you know that you've just witnessed greatness. This, of course, is Indigo Phoenix. You know, I got to give it to him, honey. This is episode 141. If you're watching right now, you obviously are on the YouTube channel. Run and tell a friend, share it, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, stay tuned, of course, because there's always going to be more to come. I am your host, Monique Marie. This is Indigo Phoenix, and this is Face Behind the Brand. Happy New Year. This is, of course, the
Happy
last
New Year,
show
sis.
of the year.
I love you.
She made it so special for us all. Stay tuned, of course, for the next episode in 2023. Peace.
Inhale, break beats of hell, and your life propel, parallel. Inhale, break beats of hell, and your life propel, parallel.
Yeah, ho, I'm hot like Satan's heater, the trap beater, pulling with my magnetism, a man eater, snake slither, I had to get her, ice cold flow, the massive shiver, wicked dialect that I deliver, 13 stars to her liver, make her quiver, blood loss is major, she feeling woozy, bars lick off like a newsie, bitch this a movie, I take off heads like the Hessian, if it fucking move me, beast in me no longer dormant, you cannot sue me, I make it in this rap shit, you can't move me, I'm the goddess, I don't give a fuck about who approve me, no breathing room, no inches, you popular by default, your whole shit's pretentious, I bring a gun to a fair fight, this grim night, purge every fuckboy in sight, feasting on MCs, call that rapper delight, strangle you with the cord of my mic, death note, body him with every verse that I write.
It's the captain of the vessel. God bless you if I ever catch you. You ever got away, then I let you. Prison bring pain in the name of mighty Indigo. The cipher is true. Save me now because we futurists. Brand new's ludicrous.